Welcome back, Renegades. Today we got some gameplay as well as a deck profile for Caesar Clown of the OP10. We're facing off against Zoro, Usopp, Green Purple Doffy, and Yellow Kid. All matches will be timestamped in the description as well as the deck profile. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so. It helps the channel. If you like the content, your friends may as well. Alright, let's get into some gameplay. Here we have Caesar Clown versus Zoro. We're going to go first. Take a mulligan here. We do get some good cards into the mulligan, which is good when you have Monet and the Punk Hazard art. We're going to get the Dawn. We're just going to play down our stage, pass it over. Opponent's going to play down a Nami Searcher here. We're going to get a Zoro from Starter Deck 21. We're going to pass it back over to us. We are going to deploy down our Monet. Use its Activate main to give the leader some Rested Dawn, giving the Nami -1. And put that last Dawn. I'm going to go 8. Using leader effect, put Monet in hand, trashing the Nami. They take this hit. We just pass it back to them. Opponent's going to pressure 5 into life with their leader. It's going to give him a counter. We're going to play down that 4-drop Zoro. We're going to draw some Dawn here. We're going to replay out that Monet using its Activate main, giving that Zoro -1. We're just going to go 7 into life, bouncing Monet, KOing the Zoro. Opponent's going to use their Zoro's KO effect to play Usopp, giving Zoro +1000. And they're going to counter out. We're going to play down our Chopper. Just pass it back. Opponent's going to put 1 Dawn on their leader, boosting their team per 1,000. They're going to pressure 6 into life. We're just going to get a counter out here. Usopp's going to come in for 7. We'll take it. And they're going to play down a Rush Luffy. 7k now because of Zoro power boost. 7 into life here. Going to take this hit as well. Opponent's going to pass it back over to us. We're going to deploy down our Virgo. We're going to find... we're going to grab the Sanji here. We're going to use our stage to attach a Rested Dawn to Chopper, adding an additional Dawn to Chopper. We're going to put 2 more, making it a 7k swing. We're going to pressure that Rush Luffy, 8k swing. Pressuring that Rush Luffy, giving the Usopp -3000. Opponent's going to counter out of this hit here. We're going to play down a Monet. We're going to use Monet's Activate main effect. We're going to give the Rested Luffy a -1. And we're going to go 8k into that Luffy, bouncing back to Monet and popping the Usopp. They give us that one. We just pass it back over to them. 1 Dawn on leader. They're going to pressure into our Rested Chopper blocker. We're going to give them a 2k and a 1 to get out of this. They're going to play down Ben Beckman, trashing the Chopper, passing it back over to us. So we're going to use the Gum Gum UFO to give Ben Beckman -4k. And we're going to give our Virgo +1. Monet's coming down using effect to give the leader some Dawn. Going to rest the stage, giving a Virgo a Dawn. Going to make our leader a 9k. We're going to pop Monet back and pop out the Ben Beckman. They take this hit. We're going to put 3 Dawn and go 7 with Virgo. They take this hit as well. We just pass it back over to them. It's nice being able to keep the Monet protected because it's a very crucial part of this deck's game plan with the leader. They're going to play down a 5-6 Rush Luffy, pressuring 6 into life, giving a Rested Dawn to their leader, making it a 7k swing now. That's pretty cool synergy there. We're going to take that hit. The 6k swing with leader into our Virgo. They can have it. Here comes another Rush Luffy, going 7 into life. We're going to counter out here. Back over to us. So for a 10 Dawn, we did draw into the 7-drop Caesar. Well, there's some Smileys, so I'm going to grab a Smiley. I'm going to play the Smiley. We're going to give one of the Luffys -3k. Play down a Monet, using its effect. We're going to give the other Luffy -1 using stage. So we got a 9k swing. We're going to go 9 into Starter Deck 21 Luffy, using the effect to pop the Starter Deck 1 Luffy. So board's cleared. We pass to the opponent. Opponent's going to go 5 into life with their leader. They're just going to counter out. They're going to play down the 10-drop Shanks, pressuring 12k into life. We got to take that one. Alright, so we got some good swings here. We're going to use the Gum Gum UFO. We're going to use it again. So the Shanks got a total of -8k. We just gave our characters +1000 each, so they go back to normal power. Play down the Monet. Use its effect. Feed the leader. Giving another -1 to the Shanks. Giving a Rested Dawn to the Smiley. We're going to go 8 into life, popping that Shanks with the Monet. And with leader effect, they take that hit. We're going to go put a Dawn. We're going to bow 3 Dawn total on Smiley, pressuring 10. They take that one. And we're going to try to go 9 here, I think. Yeah, 9, see if we can close it out. And we got it. Caesar Clown versus Usopp. We're going to go first. Get a Dawn, pass it to the opponent. So it's going to play down their stage. And a Leo. They're going to use Leo's ability to rest the stage, getting a couple Dressrosa cards. They got a Zoro and a Kairos, trashing Rebecca. They're going to pass it back over to us. We're going to play down Smiley and just attack in for 5. They're going to counter out, just pass it back to them. We're going to play down another Leo, doing the same thing as last turn. Getting a Cavendish and a Frankie. Trashing a Rebecca again. 3 on leader, pressuring 8 into life. We're going to take this first hit. We did get a Monet, which is good. Back over to us, we're going to deploy down the Monet. We're going to use its activate main to feed our leader. And we're going to give one of the Leos -1. Put 1 on our Smiley, so we get a big power boost. We're going to attack 7 into life, bouncing back the Monet. Trashing and KOing the Leo. Looks like they take this one. We're going to put the rest of our Dawn on our Smiley, pressuring 11k into life. They take this. We just pass it back. They can put 1 on their Leo, pressuring into our rested Smiley. We let them have that, even though we probably should have countered out. They're going to play down a Bartolomeo blocker and a IDO blocker, pressuring 5 into life. We're just going to give them a counter. Back over to us. We're going to deploy the Monet again because it's really good with our leader. Using Monet's effect, we're going to pump our leader, giving the opponent's Bartolomeo blocker -1k. We're going to attack into life. We're going to bounce Monet, KO Bartolomeo, and then they use their blocker. We're going to play down our Caesar Clown and pass the turn. 1 on the opponent's leader, going 6 into life. We're just going to give them a 2k here. They're going to play down their Kairos, bouncing our Caesar Clown and passing it back. Using the stage here, we're going to play down Caesar Soldier into Monet, using Monet's effect. Give that Leo -1. Put an additional Dawn on, pressuring 9k into life, bouncing Monet, getting rid of Leo. They take that hit. We're going to play down the Caesar Clown again and just pass it back. Opponent's going to pressure 6k into life with their leader. Just give them a counter. We're going to play down a Sabo blocker, drawing 2, trashing 2. So their characters can't be KO'd. They're going to play down a Frankie. They're going to pressure 9k into life with Kairos. Going to take this hit. Back over to us. We're going to deploy down our Virgo. It's our searcher. We're going to grab the UFO. Can't really KO anything here, so we're going to put 3 on Caesar Clown, pressuring 8 into life. They're going to use their Frankie blocker, and they're going to bring back the Leo, and then use its effect. Draw a couple cards. We're going to use the UFO here just to give their blocker -4,000. We're going to attack with Caesar Soldier for 7k. They use their blocker here, which is good. We're going to use Arrested Dawn from the stage. Deploy down Monet. Use Monet's effect. Because we can get rid of the Leo here, because it came in after Sabo's effect. So 8 into life, and opponent scoops it up. Caesar Clown versus Green Purple Doffy. We're going to go first, get a Dawn, pass it to the opponent. Opponent passes it back. We're going to put 3 on our leader. Just pressure 8k into life. They take the first hit, we just pass it back. Opponent's going to put 2 on their leader, pressuring 7k into life. We're going to take the first hit. They're going to play down a Sugar, passing it back. We're going to play down a Caesar Soldier into a Virgo. They're going to rest the Caesar Soldier, Virgo's effect. We're going to get a 7-drop Caesar Clown. 2 on our leader, pressuring 7 into life. Bouncing back Caesar Soldier, getting rid of their Sugar. They take that hit. They use a trigger to die for to ramp a Dawn. We just pass it back. 5 into life with their leader. We're going to counter out. They're going to play down a 7-drop Kid. They're going to give their leader +1,000 for the rotation, passing it back. We're going to drop down the Monet, using its effect. Give the Kid -1. Use the UFO for another -4. 3 more on leader, pressuring 10k, bouncing Monet, getting rid of the Kid. They take this hit. We just pass it back over to them. They're going to come back 5 into life. We're just going to take it. They're going to play down the 8-drop Kid, and resting it to put down a Viola blocker, passing it back to us. We're going to deploy down our stage here, and Monet, using Monet's effect. We're going to give the Kid -1. Use the UFO to give the Kid an additional -4, giving our leader a +1. Using the stage to give our leader another rested Dawn. We'll add another one to it. We're going to pressure 10k into life, popping the Kid, bouncing Monet back. They use their blocker. We're going to put 3 on our Virgo, just for another 5k swing. They counter out. Just pass it back. Opponent's going to go 5 into the Rested Virgo. We're going to save it. They're going to play down the Doflamingo from OP10, passing it over to us. We're going to play down our Caesar Clown 7-drop, looking for a Smiley. We didn't find one. So we're going to use our stage to give Arrested Dawn. Put 4 more total on our leader, pressuring 9k. They're going to use Doflamingo's effect there to ramp a Dawn. They're going to use some kind of a counter. They get off-white. Using the off-white counter, they get a Rosnati, and they just counter out. Passing it back over to them. Going to pressure 9k with their character. We take it. 5 into life with their leader. We're going to counter this one. We're going to play down the 10-drop Doffy, freezing our leader, but that's all they got. We're going to put 3... Let's make it 4 Dawn on our Caesar Clown character, pressuring 11k. They take that hit. We're going to play down a Sanji or Tony Chopper blocker and the Dragon blocker. Just passing it back. They're going to use God Thread to get rid of our Tony Chopper. We're going to use our Doflamingo 9k to pressure our 7k Caesar Clown. We're going to let them have that one. They're going to go 10k into life with the 10-drop Doffy. We're going to counter out. Then they're going to go 5 with their leader. We're going to use our blocker here. They're going to play down the 5-drop Rosnati from O10. Oh, they're going to trash the event and draw 2 cards. Alright, so back over to us. We're going to put 10 Dawn on our leader and just pressure 15k into life. Hopefully they ain't got it. They're going to use an event, getting a baby 5. They're up to 8k worth of counter, or their leader's up to 8k now. Another event, got a sugar from 04. Going to use, looks like off-white. They're up to 12k, 14, 15, and we got it. Caesar Clown versus Yellow Kid. Opponent's going to go first, get a Dawn. They're just going to pass it back. We're going to play down our stage here and Virgo. We're going to grab a Tony Chopper. I'm just going to pass it back to them. They're going to put 1 on their leader. They're going to put 2 total, 3. Okay, so 3 total Dawn. Pressuring 8k into life. We're going to take this first hit. They pass it back over to us. We're going to play down the 4-drop blue Caesar Clown, using our stage to give our leader a Dawn, and just pressuring 6k into life. They take this hit. We just pass it back. They're going to play Gadatsu. They're going to get rid of our Virgo Searcher. Then they're going to go 5, it looks like, into life. We're going to counter out here. Back over to us. We're going to play down our Smiley, giving the Gadatsu -3, and then 2 on leader. Swinging, putting Smiley and getting Gadatsu out of the way. They take that hit, and now we're just going to go 5k with our Caesar Clown. They take that hit as well. They use the Frankie trigger to draw a card. We just pass it back. They're going to play down their Zoro. It technically has Rush now. They're going to put a 2 Dawn on the Zoro. And looks like they're going to put 2 Dawn on their leader, pressuring 7 into life with their leader. I'm just going to take this hit, because this shuts off the Zoro from being able to attack. So they're going to use Kid's ability to make Zoro a blocker. Back over to us. We're going to play down Virgo again. We're going to grab Monet. We're going to deploy down the Monet, use its activate main to feed the leader, giving that Zoro -1k. We're going to use our stage to put 1 on Caesar Clown, the character, adding an additional 1 to our leader, using Monet to help pop off the Zoro. They take that hit. We're going to go 6k into life with our other Caesar. They're going to counter out here. And then we're just going to deploy down a blocker Chopper. Pack over to the opponent. They're going to play down Eustace Kid. They're going to use its on play to make us trash a life. And they're going to pressure 5 with their leader into our Clown. We're just going to use our blocker. They're using their end of turn effect here, making the Kid a blocker. Back over to us. Let's see, we're going to try to get rid of this Kid here. We're going to use Atama, give it -2. Use another Atama for another -2, so it's a 5k currently sitting. We're going to drop down Monet, replacing one of the Atamas, using Monet to feed the leader, and now that Kid is a 4k. We're going to use our stage, putting it on our leader. We're going to use 3 extra Dawn, it looks like. Yeah, total of 6 Dawn. We're going to pressure 11k, using the effect to pop the Kid. They take this hit. They're going to use the Nami trigger effect to get rid of our blocker here. We're going to put 3 on Virgo, just trying to go with a 5k swing. They're going to counter 5k with our character Caesar Clown. They're going to counter that as well. We're just going to pass it back over to them. We're at 1 life, they're at 0. They're going to play down their Law which allows them to put a supernova from their hand on top of their life and then give their leader a rested dawn. They put extra there. They're going to feed their leader a couple extra, pressuring 8k into life, or into those clown. We're going to take that, let them have it, get our smiley, and make their law -3. They use their end of turn effect to turn it into a blocker. We're going to put 1 on our smiley, pressuring 7. They're going to counter out. We're going to put 5 total on our Virgo, pressuring another 7k swing. They're going to counter out of this. We're going to deploy down our blocker using our stage to give our leader a dawn. We're just going to pressure 6, see if they'll use their blocker, if they remember. They do. Alright, we're just going to pass back. They're going to play down a Eustace Kid again, getting rid of our last life. They're going to put a dawn on their leader, pressuring 7 into that rested smiley. We're going to protect it. And then they have their law. They're going to pressure 9 into the smiley as well. We're going to counter out and save this again. So here, I believe the opponent made a mistake because they can't ready their character because their life's already face up. So back over to us, we're just going to try to close this game out. We're going to go 8k, they take that hit. And then we're going to put the rest of our dawn on our leader, pressuring 13k into life. And we got it. Here's the deck profile for OP10 Caesar Clown. He is a red-blue leader, 5k power, 4 life, with the Scientist / Punk Hazard archetype. Has the ability of Dawn 2 when attacking. You can return one of your Punk Hazard type characters with a cost of 2 or more to their owner's hand to KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 4k power or less. This deck's kind of fun. I've been having fun with it, messing around with it. There's not really a good list to go off of, so I kind of just threw OP10 Punk Hazard stuff into it. Just a little bit of splashing around with some cost reduction. So we'll get into this list and see what you guys think. So we're running 3 copies of Untitled Chapter from EB01. It's a 3-drop, 4k power, 1k counter, has blocker. The main purpose for this is the Dawn 2. When attacking, you can give up to one of your opponent's characters -3,000 power during this turn. It just kind of helps get some of those bigger characters your opponent has into range for your leader to KO it. Tama, pretty red staple, 2k counter, a little bit of cost reduction. Running 2 copies of Silver's Rayleigh from OP08, like another just cost reduction card, just a big body. On play, choose up to 2 of your opponent's characters. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, you can give one of them -3k and the other -2k. Then after this, you get to KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a power of 3,000 or less. This card helps get stuff in range. It actually helps with removing characters off the field like low-cost blockers. Just a good card. Running 2 copies. Same thing here with Ben Beckman. Just running 2 copies from OP09. The on play, trash up to one of your opponent's characters with a power of 6,000 or less. Just another like payoff for some of our cost reduction. Does have a 1k counter, so not completely dead in hand. So some into the OP010 stuff we have here. We're running 4 copies of Virgo. This is the searcher for the Punk Hazard archetype. So 1 drop, 2,000 power, 1k counter. On play, top 5 cards of your deck. You get to grab a Punk Hazard other than Virgo, and then put the rest at the bottom of your deck. Typical searcher card. We're running 4 copies here. The OP10 Sanji has the Punk Hazard archetype. 3 drop, 3,000 power, 1k. Your turn, it gets 3,000 power boost, so it's a 6k swing on your turn. And then if they do KO it, you get to draw a card, which is kind of nice, replenishes itself. This one here, Caesar Clown from OP10. I've been kind of messing with the numbers on this between like 2 and 3. I don't think it's a 4 of it. It's no counter. It's a 7 drop, 7,000 power. It's another like pseudo search. So you look at the top 5 cards of your deck, you get to reveal 1 smiley and put it in your hand. The rest at the bottom of your deck. And then you get to play a smiley from your hand. So we are running a couple different versions of smiley. The main one is the one here from OP10, the 5 drop, 6,000 power, 1k counter. On play, if your leader has a Punk Hazard type, give up to one of your opponent's characters, -3,000 power. Nice little cost reduction. It's a 5/6 body, 1k counter. It's searchable off of Virgo, Caesar Clown. If you got it in hand, you'll be playing a 7,000 power and a 6,000 power for 7 Dawns. Pretty good. Real quick, the other smiley I'm running is just like a 1 copy. I'm playing around with this. Some games I didn't have it in, some games I did. It's just a 3-drop, 1000 power. It's from OP01, so it has a 1k counter. Dawn 1, your turn. This character gains 1000 power for each card in your hand. The reason I don't really know if this is going to be staying in the deck, it just depends on the state of the game. But I thought just one of, if we can find it and we need it in the right time, it'll be great. If not, it's a 1k counter. It's another playable card off the Caesar Clown. It's also searchable off of this one from OP01, Punk Hazard Caesar Clown. 4-drop, 5000 power, 1k counter. On KO, you can play one Smiley from your deck, which is really good because it turns this card from an offensive card to a defensive card. If they KO our Caesar Clown, we pull this out of the deck. We can make one of their characters not be able to swing for the turn, essentially, by giving it minus 3000. Like I said, with the one Smiley, not sure if I like it, but I thought about this when I put it in there. If they KO this and we have a lot of cards in hand, we can maybe get a big swing out of it, but it's just a one of. Teams up with the Caesar Clown, playable off that, searchable off Virgo. So it's not like a dead card in the deck by any means. We're running 4 copies of the Chopper from OP10. It's a 4-drop, 4000 power, 2k counter. Pulling double duty here as a blocker as well. And on your opponent's turn, this character gets plus 2000, so it's a 6k blocker on your opponent's turn. Here we have Mocha from OP10 as well. 2k counter, 3-drop, 3000 power on play. You go up to one of your opponent's characters, minus 1000 power during this turn. It's not a great cost reduction, but it is a 3-drop Punk Hazard card, so it does work with the leader being able to return it back to its hand. So we can play it down, get the 1k cost reduction for the power, and then pop it back to hand with leader and have a 2k in hand if we need it. So just look, it's going to be a 2k. It's going to stay in the deck. It's a 2k that's searchable. Best card in the deck right here is Monet. OP10, 2-drop, 3000 power, 1k counter. Activate main. You can rest this character. You go up to 2 of your rested Dawn cards to one of your leader or characters, and then you give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 1000 power during this turn. This card is so good with the leader. It's like it was meant for it, obviously. So you get to play this down for 2, rest it, give those 2 Dawn you played to use to play this out to your leader. Your leader attacks, puts this Monet back in hand so it's protected from being, counter hit back on your opponent's turn. Great card, 4 of, staple for this deck. Running 3 copies of Bad Manners Kick Course from OP04. So 3 copies just to help give a little extra counter power in hand. The trigger, you can give one of your opponent's leaders or characters minus 3000 for the turn. Doesn't really synergize with the leader, but it could save you from a lethal swing. So running 3 copies. This card's awesome. Gum Gum UFO, Punk Hazard, so a searchable OP10 card. 2-drop, main event, you have to one of your opponent's characters minus 4000 power until the end of this turn. Then if you have 2 or less life, give your leader or up to one of your characters plus 1000 power to the end of this turn. This card just really good. Like 2-drop can put a lot of things within range of your leader to be able to KO. So really good. And it has a trigger which you can KO up to one of your opponent's 3000 power or less characters. It does have some synergy here. If Smiley comes out of the deck on your opponent's combat phase from them taking out Caesar Clown, you have this, give something minus 3, then they trigger this from your life. Potentially you could take out something. Last card in the deck, 3 copies of Punk Hazard, the namesake card of the deck. It's the stage, 1-drop, activate main, rest the stage. If your leader is Caesar Clown, attach a rested Dawn to one of your leader or characters. I like 3. I played with 2. I played with 4. I think 3 is a good number for this. It just helps keep your leader effect more accessible. So having this just to give you that 1 extra Dawn sometimes turns your leader ability on. But yeah, overall, this deck's fun. But yeah, let me guys know what you think in the comments. As always, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. Friendly reminder, if you have not subscribed yet, please do so. It greatly helps the channel. And as always, we will see you in the next one.